everybody, I'm Olivia, the O of Ohm Fitness.
And I'm Maddie, the M of Ohm Fitness.
And today we're going to demonstrate one of our favorite thigh chiseling and butt building exercises. This exercise is called the star lunge. And the reason we want to demonstrate this is one of our followers last week asked us the question, how can I reduce my inner thigh fat? And of course, who doesn't want to reduce their inner thigh fat? So our response to her was, first off, there is no such thing as spot reduction. So when someone says they want to lose a specific area, like their inner thighs, we are going to remind you that you have to get into the mindset of full body fat loss. So this exercise we're going to show you is definitely one that is not only going to target your quads, your glutes, and your hamstrings, your big muscle groups, but it's also going to give you that big fat loss and that big calorie burn because we are targeting such large muscle groups, while also integrating your inner thigh muscles here. So, are you ready, Maddie? So the star lunge has 5 different lunges throughout the entire exercise. So I'm going to have Maddie demonstrate each exercise one at a time. We're going to go through it slowly at first so I can give you all of the cues, and then we'll have her put it all together for you. So before we start any exercise, we of course want to think about engaging our core. And if you remember from any of our other videos, our core is considered everything from up here by our shoulder girdle, all of our muscles and bones from here down to our knees. So a lot of times when you hear your core, people automatically think your abdominal muscles. But start thinking that it includes everything from here to here. And when you think about it, your core is going to be the main driving force for all of your movements in your daily life. So we want to protect that core and we want it to use it in this exercise. So to engage your core, your feet should be about hip-width distance apart, toes pointed forward. You want to think about having your ankles, your knees, and your hips stacked, so those joints are stacked nice and tall. Then you're going to imagine drawing your belly button into your spine just slightly so that you can sort of tighten that area and create a brace around your spine to protect it. Your shoulders want to be rolled back, your chest out, and think about reaching out through the crown of your head. Wow, she could be in the military. Look at that posture. Beautiful. So you always want to have that in the back of your mind before you do any exercise. And the star lunge, it's extra important to keep that tall posture for balance so you're not toppling over and just to keep you safe. So, without further ado, the first lunge in the star lunge series is a forward lunge. So keeping her good posture. Yep, and can you go back and hold that for a second, Maddie? So she's lunging forward. You may not be able to see from this angle, but there we go. So the knee is stacked over the ankle, not jutting out over her toes, and it's in a nice 90-degree angle. So that's the forward lunge. Then pushing back through that left foot to come back to center. So you're lunging forward, you're pushing off on that left leg that's going to remain planted. Forward, good. That's the first point in the star. The second one then is also a forward lunge, but it's a diagonal motion. Good. So again, her foot, her toe is remaining planted. And actually, Maddie, when you do that diagonal, you want to even think about keeping that back toe pointed forward, but your hips pointed in the direction of your lunge. Good. Again, that knee is at about a 90-degree angle, and your knee is staying behind your toes. So we've gone forward, we've gone diagonal. The third point in the star is a lateral lunge. I'm going to have you go into that lunge and hold it here so people can see. This leg remains straight. That's a common mistake that people make with the lateral lunge. They want to bend that knee. Just be sure that you're not locking it. That looks good. Her shoulders are back, her chest is out. The other thing here too is she is sitting her hips back and sort of sticking out her butt, so that that knee, again, will stay stacked over the ankle and not jutting out over the toes. You can go back. Now the fourth point on the star lunge here is the hardest one. This is sort of like a backwards, diagonal, lateral lunge. So that left leg remains planted and that right leg is sort of coming back behind her. Her hips are facing out in sort of that diagonal direction, but the same cues apply as far as her knee being behind her toe. I'm going to come back. And the fifth point in our star lunge then is a reverse lunge. So that right leg again is stepping back into a lunge, posture is tall, and back to center. Then Maddie's going to work her way all the way back to the start on that same leg. So she's going to reverse lunge, backward lateral lunge, nice, forward diagonal, forward. Awesome, beautiful. So that's one on your right leg. But of course we want to keep everything balanced. So we're also going to have Maddie demonstrate the left side. And I also want to point out a great thing about this exercise is it's working our body in many different planes of motion. So when you think a lot about the movements that you do either at home or in the gym when you're exercising, most of them are performed in what's called the sagittal plane. So you think like bicep curl, flexing and extending, lunging forward. A lot of times we don't move our body in all of these different dimensions. So this movement is just going to add an extra bonus for that. So you can get your body moving in ways that you maybe normally don't, and you can really amp up that calorie and fat burn. How'd that feel?
Felt good.
Okay, so that is our star lunge. That, like I said, is one of our favorite thigh chiseling, booty building moves. Also will target those inner thighs, but again, thinking overall fat loss. So if you have any questions on any of that, please comment below and we'd be happy to answer. Otherwise, best of luck. Thank you.